We've all driven on roads, but have you ever stopped to think about how they got there? In the earliest days, roads were really just paths that people would walk along. But as civilizations grew, so did their vehicles and their need for better roads. The first major road was the King's Highway in Egypt around 3000 BC. It was a straight shot from the capital to the Sinai Peninsula, probably used mostly by foot traffic and animal caravans. Then came the Romans. As their empire grew, so did their network of roads. Roman roads were incredibly well engineered with stone foundations and smooth surfaces. They even had systems to keep them clean. But these roads were only really used by the military and the wealthy, who mostly traveled by horseback or in chariots. For most of history, the way you got around was either by walking or riding a beast of burden, like a horse or an elephant. It wasn't until the Industrial Revolution in the 18th century that things started to change. People started using steam-powered vehicles on the roads, and the first purpose-built roads were constructed to accommodate them. But it was the invention of the truck in the early 20th century that really changed things. Trucks were a cheap and efficient way to transport goods, and the number of vehicles on the road started to grow exponentially. In the US alone, there are over 200 million trucks. That's a lot of weight to put on a road. Most of our roads today are made of asphalt. That sticky black stuff is made from petroleum, which isn't exactly an infinite supply, and the mining and refining process is incredibly polluting. But it's strong stuff and it holds up well to the weight of heavy vehicles. Some of the busiest roads in the world can be found in the United States, like the I-35W in Minneapolis, which sees around 200,000 vehicles every day. But the United States also has some massive roads, like the Katy Freeway in Texas, which was designed to move 200,000 cars per day, but now carries more than double that. On a typical day, drivers in the US alone use 4.8 trillion gallons of fuel just to move their cars, and more than half of that fuel is used by trucks. Roads are one of humanity's greatest achievements, allowing us to travel and trade with ease. But they come at a cost. They're expensive to build and maintain, and they take up a lot of space. Plus, all the pollution they produce is killing our planet. So next time you're stuck in traffic, just remember, it could be a lot worse. You could be walking. That's all for this video. Thanks for watching. See you next time!